Hello again, I'm Nuria Kearns and this is Property Box Weekly News. The National Landlords Association has launched a new initiative to enable tenants to check if their landlord is accredited. It's a register that aims to provide a quick and simple lookup for tenants to check whether their landlord is accredited or not. It's open to every accredited landlord and accreditation scheme. NLA Chief Executive Officer, Richard Lambert, said that the organisation wants to raise the profile of accreditation and highlight those who are committed to best practice. Landlord accreditation is regarded as a way of improving standards and practice in the private rented sector through education and professional development. The NLA currently works with over 65 local councils and 5 universities across England as their accreditation partner, and their scheme is recognised by another 50 local authorities. The NLA has written to all the existing accreditation schemes and providers, calling on them to support the register by agreeing to verify those landlords who register as members of their schemes. What about you? Are you accredited? Do you think this is important? Let us know why. Asking prices in the UK have reached a new record of £286,133, pushed up by demand, which has been exacerbated by a lack of sellers putting their homes in the market. The figures from the latest Rightmove monthly index also show that asking prices are up 1.6% month-on-month in April, although the annual rate of growth has fallen to 4.7% compared to 5.4% in March. It also reveals that the property shortage experienced in many parts of the country has worsened by a slump in the number of properties being put up for sale in 2015 and by increased demand with record spring search activity on Rightmove. Indeed, the number of new sellers is down 4% so far in 2015 compared to 2014, and March was the busiest ever month on Rightmove, up almost 20% year-on-year to 115 million. The supply issue is at its most extreme in the south of the country, with the price of property coming to market up an average of nearly £85,000 or 27.5% since the last election in May 2010. Many believe that the high cost of housing is a big concern for many home hunters, so the contents of the respective party manifestos and well thought out sustainable solutions to the lack of affordable housing supply will be high on many voters' agendas. An increased number of international investors are investigating opportunities in African real estate markets, attracted by the continent's startling economic and demographic growth prospects. According to a new Africa Report 2015 from the international real estate firm Knight Frank, the population of Africa will quadruple to over 4 billion by the year 2100, with nearly 1 billion of these people in Nigeria alone. It argues that this could be the single most important demographic trend that will shape the world over the course of this century, and by 2100, nearly 40% of the world's population will live in Africa, with a large majority of these being in the continent's fast-growing cities. Nigeria is now the largest economy in Africa, with GDP estimated at $594.3 billion, followed by South Africa at $341.2 billion. Overall, Sub-Saharan Africa is one of the world's most rapidly developing economic regions, and it is projected that 13 of the 20 fastest growing global economies over the next 5 years will be in Africa. The report also points out that Africa's growth potential has led to a notable increase in activity involving overseas investors and South African funds over the last 2 years. For example, Chinese investors' involvement in large-scale development and infrastructure projects across Africa has been particularly eye-catching. According to the latest analysis report, residential property sales in Hong Kong decreased by 28.2% in March due to the introduction of a 7th round of market tightening measures. The move by the Hong Kong Monetary Authority is suppressing the housing market amid calls for more housing to be built to help young first-time buyers, says the report from the international real estate firm Knight Frank. It also shows that mass residential sales below 10 million Hong Kong dollars dropped almost 30%, but prime residential sales above this price levels saw lower falls at 16.2%. The report points out that the tightening is being felt the most at 7 million and below. Despite the falls in sales, prices in the mass residential market increased by another 2.6% in March, while luxury property prices remained stable. After launching in Australia, we have around 150 new students from Sydney and Melbourne who enrolled in our training last week, so welcome to the family. This week we're in East Midlands and West Midlands, and in Johannesburg, Durban and Perth, and coming out to New Zealand next week, as well as Oxford and up in Scotland. For those of you considering coming to one of our workshops, we hold them globally, so follow the links below to find all the information you need and book the session that's most convenient for you. That's everything from me. Goodbye. Ready for the best news piece in the world? Are you? Hello again, this is Nuria Kans and this is Nuria Kans. Asking prices in the UK have reached a new high, pushed up by demand, which has been exacerbated. Involvement in large-scale development and infrastructure projects across Africa. It's been exacerbated by a lack of understanding what I'm talking about. 10,000 King Kong dollars. No! Okay. Oh, sorry. 7th round of market tightening measure. That was weird.